Hi, I'm Kelley, Curator of the National Civil War Museum, and this is another See, Touch, and Feel moment. Today we have for you a small campaign flag. This has Lincoln and Johnson, President Abraham Lincoln and Andrew Johnson. This would have been used at campaign parades, rallies, and speeches. In 1864, candidates who were running for president generally didn't go out like they do today, making speeches and getting everyone riled up. They basically kind of played a backseat role while their surrogates went out and did the heavy lifting as far as speeches and getting the public worked up. But this is one of the flags that was used in 1864. You may wonder why Andrew Johnson was on this flag. Well, Andrew Johnson was President Lincoln's second vice president. In 1860, Hannibal Hamlin of Maine was elected to be President Lincoln's vice president. However, by 1864, the political climate dictated that they needed a more moderate in the position of vice president, and so President Lincoln selected Andrew Johnson, who was the military governor of Tennessee at the time. He was a Democratic Unionist. Now, the election of 1864 was kind of strange. Not that every election doesn't have its strange aspects, but in this instance, the Republican Party, looking to appeal to more moderate voters, actually changed their name to the National Union Party. That was in order to appeal to more moderate voters. In addition to selecting Andrew Johnson as their vice president, the name gave war Democrats, Democrats who were for the war and generally agreed with the Republican platform, but would never vote for an actual Republican ticket. So they decided that there were so many of them that they would change the name of the party to the National Union Party, and it would give them an opportunity to vote for that party and not the Republicans. President Lincoln and Andrew Johnson were running against George B. McClellan, former Army commander, commanding officer of the Army of the Potomac early on in the war. He was a peace Democrat. General McClellan wanted to make peace with the Confederacy and end the war as quickly as possible. His vice presidential pick, George H. Pendleton, was an anti-war Democrat. He wanted the war ended. He wanted to make peace with the South. He was a little more militant about it, I guess you would say. He was actually, he had close ties to the Copperhead Party, which was vehemently against the war. They refused to fight during the war. They didn't want really anything to do with it. They wanted peace. A lot of soldiers during the war really hated Copperheads because they were Northerners who refused to fight in the ranks, and so there was a lot of animosity there. So right out of the gate, he probably wasn't the most popular pick among the men in the ranks. But that ticket was strong enough that it gave President Lincoln a lot of hesitation. He sort of convinced himself that he was going to lose the election. As a matter of fact, in late August of 1864, he wrote a memo to his cabinet, and it read, "It seems exceedingly probable that this administration will not be reelected. Then it will be my duty to so cooperate with the President-elect as to save the Union between the election and the inauguration, as he will have secured his election on such ground that he cannot possibly save it afterwards." That's a pretty grim outlook for President Lincoln, but as it turns out, just before the election, General Sherman captured Atlanta, and President Lincoln won the election by a landslide. We have artifacts in our collection, like this little flag right here, that was in the thick of it. It was during the rallies, during the periods where Lincoln needed a lot of support. And we have this little flag here. We have presidential tickets. We have top hats with ribbons on them. All sorts of interesting things here at the National Civil War Museum. So I hope you get a chance to stop by and check these things out firsthand. Even more importantly than that, don't forget to vote. Okay? Again, thanks to our sponsor, Dixon AC&R. Thanks very much.